Hey everyone, it's Tanin Teston with the Teston Team brokered by eXp Realty. I wanted to talk today a little bit about co-ownership. So home prices, as we all know, have been rising steadily over the last several years. It's making it a little bit harder for our first-time home buyers especially to get their foot in the door and not only come up with a down payment, but be able to afford a home on their own. So a question that we've been seeing a lot and hearing from customers is debating on whether they should co-own a home. Co-ownership, it can be done either with family members or with friends, and that's when two or more parties go in together and they purchase that home together because maybe they couldn't afford one on their own, or possibly they just didn't want to be, house poor, strapped so tight. And it makes sense for those who are trying to either save up money or get their get started in that direction, getting their foot in the door. So let's talk about a little bit of what it means to co-own a home, as well as things to keep in mind and to determine whether it's right for you. So a couple things I want you to consider when you're talking about co-owning a home, because it's even with family and friends, you love them dearly, and maybe your best friends. These are still good ideas to put into place prior to entering into an agreement for a home. So one thing you want to consider is your budget. How much budget do you guys have? You need to consider what's your monthly budget, what's your down payment that you're each going to contribute. Are you going to put down both 50% towards a down payment? Is one person going to be putting down more than the other? Is one person going to be paying more monthly than the other? So really fine-tuning what your budget is to purchase the home, as well as what you're going to be doing on a monthly basis. Not only on your monthly budget, but you're going to have to think about as well, what's the maintenance that's going to go into this home? And what are you going to need on a quarterly and annual basis to maintain the home that you're living in? You're also going to want to know and discuss and talk about what's going to happen when big ticket items come into play and need to be replaced or fixed. So roofs, ACs, electrical, if flooring needs to be redone, if an appliance breaks, who's going to cover that bill, and how are you guys going to financially pay for that? What's the split going to be? So understanding and knowing up front how you're going to handle those repairs and costs. You're also going to want to talk about how you're going to go into title into the home. And without going too far into it, obviously you'll want to speak with an attorney on all of these aspects, but importantly, how are you going to own the property together? There's multiple ways that you can own a home, and you're going to want to have it set up to either, does it go directly over to the other person? Does it go to an heir of yourself? Will it go to a parents, brothers, sisters, children? These are all things that you're going to want to consider, especially if you're going into a home with family members. A lot of times we see co-ownership being done between parents and a child. Now, if you have other siblings who are not part of this transaction, are they going to be claiming a stake in mom and dad's estate if mom and dad or dad passes away? So that's something to keep in mind as well. You'll also want to talk about the length of ownership. How long are you guys planning on owning a home together? Is this just going to be a temporary few years that you're going to own this home together? Or is this going to be a long-term plan? Is one of you deciding that you're going to be staying in there for the rest of your life? And one of them may say, you know what, I just want to get my little bit of equity underneath me that I can pull out someday and purchase a home of my own. So these are all good questions to answer and discuss and conversate about before entering into that agreement to purchase a home as a co-ownership. If you have any questions or want to dive into this a little bit deeper, reach out to Dan or myself. We're here to help you, guide you, and get you through that real estate transaction. We hope you all have a great day, and make sure to subscribe if you want more tips and tricks on either purchasing or selling real estate.